Hello everyone. So welcome to our next section of AWS Amazon Web Services. My name is Sundar Hussain and I'm your instructor for today. So in this section we will be covering the IAM, which is one of the most important part of AWS, and I'll be telling you how to create an AWS account. So let's get started. So here I'm going to write AWS, and here I have to do a complete sign up as I had already have an account, but here I'm going to create a new account just to give you guys an example. So let's get started. I'm going to sign up. Root user email address, you can see. So this will be my root account. So here I'm going to write down my email ID, and I'm going to assign it a name, AWS account name. Let's give it my name, Sundus, and I have to verify my email ID. I'm going to take out my verification code from my email. Let's see. So here I've received an email verification code. I'm going to copy paste it over here, and I'm going to verify, and it's successfully been verified. I'm going to give a strong password, whatever password credentials, whatever password requirements are given here. Like it should have uppercase, lowercase, number, and non-alphanumeric character. Let me confirm my password again. Now step 2, continue to step 2, I'll save it. Now this is the information which you have to fill, all the contact information like your name, your country, your phone number, your address, city, state, and by after clicking your agreement, then you can go for the next step. On the next step, they'll be asking you for the billing information. Then you have to provide all the billing information. So these are the benefits of AWS Identity and Access Management. It applies fine-grained permissions to AWS service and resources. Who are using the workforce? You should be knowing that all the workforce, like supposedly there's a team of 3 people or there's a team of 5 people, so you can broad permissions, and you can move toward least privilege by using fine-grained access control for your workloads. And then, like I said, who can access, like permissions with IAM policies, like whatever policies, there are n number of policies. So then what kind of policies you have to assign to those users. So it is like grant temporary security credentials for workloads that access your AWS resources using IAM, and grant your workforce access with AWS IAM Identity Center. So it is all about security. Like if you have to make your company details and company data and everything very secure, then obviously you have to go for the IAM account. Like initially we have created a root account, and this is IAM account. Now let's see. This is my console. This is my AWS console, and you can see on the right, these are the regions. So there are specific regions which I can go. This is the recently visited services. Now go and check for Route 53. I just want to see that whether it is working or not. So Route 53, yeah, see, this is global. It's not region based. It is a global service. Now I'll go for IAM. This is IAM. In IAM, you can see in the dashboard there is security recommendations, which I'm going to ignore it right now, and we will go and create the user. Supposedly I have to create a new user. I am the user. I am one of the user which will be accessing the data. Provide user access to the AWS Management Console. I want to create an IAM user and I'll create a custom password. I don't want auto-generated password. Let's create a strong password. Okay, user. Okay, now I'll go for next, and now I have to add user to groups. Now I have to create a group. Supposedly I have to create a group of 3 people. So let's create a group. Let's name it as admin and assign a policy. Supposedly assign this administrative access policy to them. Now create a user group, and you can see there here. Go to the next. Now create use. We can even add tags. It's totally optional. You can give tags also so that you can remember. I'll leave it for now. Like create user, and you can download the CSV file, but I go to the return to user list, and here it is a user, like one user is coming. You can see. Now I'll go in the user groups section. User groups, you can see admin is there. In admin I have to, you cannot see any user here, so I'll be adding the users here. Supposedly I have to add the user here, so I'll be adding this user here. So you can see the user I've added. Now go to the dashboard, and here you can see I have to, there is account alias. I'll be giving it a name so that I can log in my account as an IAM user. So let's give it a name as Sundars. It should be very unique, like nobody else must have taken the name. So this name is already taken, I think. Yeah, it is taken. So let's give it as Sundars 2024. Let's say 2024, and let's see. Yeah, see, now I can see my account ID also and account alias. Now I'll go for the private window. It's a trick so that two windows, so that it's a trick, because if I'm going to log in here, then in the regular browser I'll be logged out. So in this way I can use two. Okay, now I'm going to go for the IAM user and account ID. I'm going to copy it from here. You can even give account alias, but here I'll copy the account ID and let's paste it here. Go to next. Whatever username you have assigned, it was my name, and whatever password I've given, you have to remember this password, because if you are not going to remember this password, then there will be trouble. So just remember this. The password you should remember. You must remember. Now this is console. You can see the console of IAM. Now IAM console, you can see with the ID from which I have logged in. This is the IAM user account ID. Okay, now what I'll do, I have already given the permission. Like I'll show you that how I can okay. Okay, so this was my two accounts. So let's check. So here I have already granted permission, like to the admin and the user. I have assigned I have assigned the permissions. Now when I am going to remove the user, supposedly Sundus, from the admin group, I'll be removing the user, and I'll be refreshing it here on my IAM account. Then I can see in IAM, if I'll check, If I'll check, see, access denied. All the security recommendations is 0, but access is denied. Like if I have removed the user from the user group, I have, from the admin I have removed name Sundus, then he will not be allowed to access any policy, or he will not be able to function. Although the user, you can see it over here, the user is there, but from the admin group I have removed that particular user. You can see there is 0 user. So this is how you can give the access to the n number of people, like not n, like 3 groups, or there is a group of 5 people, 10 people, so you can assign that and give that user accordingly. Now I have again added it, and supposedly I have to assign some more permissions. Let's say add permission, attach the policy, and see. Let's go for IAM read only policy. Admin read only policy. I'm going to assign it. Now I have added the user Sundus again in the admin, and now I'm assigning one new more policy to the user. These are the two, so they can only be able to see these 2 permissions. Now the admin has, now if I'm going to refresh it here and see, initially the access and everything was denied, but now you can see the name Sundus is coming, and 2 policies have been defined to that particular user. In IAM, then what are roles in IAM? So IAM roles for services. An IAM role is an IAM identity that you can create in your account that has specific permissions. An IAM role is similar to an IAM user in that it is an AWS identity with permission policies that determine what the identity can and cannot do in AWS. Instead of being uniquely associated with one person, a role is intended to be assumable by anyone who needs it. Also, a role does not have standard long-term credentials such as a password or an access key associated with it. It will make it more secure. Instead, when you assume a role, it provides you with temporary security credentials for your role sessions. Like if you know that the role is you are assigning a role to someone, then it means that it is secure. Like it has security credentials set with it. So let's do hands-on on roles. It's a AWS console. Then I'll go on AIM service. Then you can see roles on the left hand side here. Roles. So by default 2 roles are already mentioned, but I have to create a new role. By default these 2 roles are here. I have to create a new role. And with AWS service, there are 5 entity described. With AWS service, I can attach it with anything, like with EC2 also, like I can attach. So I'll do next, and let me find a policy with which I can attach it to. So let's see, IAM read only. So this is the policy which I'm going to attach. Next, just give it a name like demo role. Assign it and do next. This is a JSON. I'm going to tell you in the later part of the videos. Create role, and then you can see the new 3 rows. You can see up 3 rows. By default 2 rows were there and 3 rows got created. If you see the information, so information, the roles are coming as, see, this demo role has come, the new 3 roles have come. Now we'll talk about AWS installation, that how we can do installation of AWS on different terminals. Like I'll be telling you about Mac and Linux. So just type AWS install on Mac on the web browser, and you'll get this AWS documentation. Install or update the latest version, whatever the version it is. So this is how it will come. So on Mac OS, you will get this document. So here You can follow the instruction and you can likewise install. Like supposedly there is package file, this you have to download. Just download it. Once it's get downloaded, just wait for a few seconds. Yeah, it's get downloaded. Now just continue, agree the terms and condition, install for all users, continue, then install, then write down your password and install software. It is fetching the data. It will take less than a minute. Just wait. Now installation is successful. Close and move it to trash and check in the terminal whether it got downloaded or not. So AWS version I'll check and see. So it will appear the version. It is taking time. Okay, AWS. Yeah, see. Now you can see the installation is complete. Now we'll try to install it on Linux. So the same documentation will appear and you can follow the instructions which are on Linux, and likewise on the Windows you can follow the instructions and download likewise. Thanks for listening. This is the end of this section. We'll move to the other section now.